Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erin Bies. I'm a certified personal trainer through ACE, a former MLM rep, and somebody who's not about to let mushroom powder and mineral drops be sold as the solution to generational trauma and mental health crises. I wish I were kidding. That's the kind of video we're going to be dealing with today, so please take care of yourselves. Today, we're going to be reacting to a video that might seem like just another product pitch on Facebook, but it's actually a masterclass in emotional manipulation, pseudoscience, and predatory marketing, whether this rep realizes it or not. We've got stories about rage blackouts, kids who can't focus, parents who can't cope, and even tragic cases of violence, all being tied back to a lack of one thing: not enough of this MLM distributor's dirty duo drink. I wish I were kidding, but I am not. Again, content warning, mental health, pseudoscience, parenting, difficulty in parenting. If this is too much, please skip this. Let's break it down.
Hey y'all, it's Melinda coming to you on a Tuesday afternoon. I wanted to talk to you about, and I know it's happened to everyone, those moments in life where out of the blue, you or someone in your life has just gotten so upset over nothing. I mean, frustrated, angry, yelling, crying, like going way overboard from something that, was said, and, felt like you were just losing it, or they were just losing it over nothing. And I'll speak for myself because it's easier to do that. I was remembering today just this instance that came up, when, and I don't even remember what got me started, but this was at our farm when we lived in Florida still, and I just remember being so upset, just so upset and frustrated and, like whacked out, and I don't remember what it was about. But I got in my car and I couldn't have driven fast enough out of the driveway. I mean, I was so frustrated, so upset, so like out of my body, ridiculous. And I don't even remember what it was about, and it was a long time ago. And then, like later afterwards, it was like, what in the heck is wrong with me? Why did I go overboard like that? What is going on?
As if this wasn't bad enough, it gets worse. And in fact, it gets much worse. So please brace yourselves. Yeah, because in a few minutes, and let me be specific when I say that, in a few minutes, she's going to talk about mothers harming children. Keep in mind, the focus is, or what she wants people to focus on, I should say, is the mixing of the frequence products in this video. Oh my God, guys, it's going to be bad. So please brace yourselves.
And we were watching a movie the other night over the weekend, and there was a woman in the movie that was like losing it. And I'm just like, I don't think I can watch this anymore. She was a nutcase. And how often have you known, especially women, men do the same thing. They just,
I'm sorry, are you blurring reality and a movie together to try and sell frequence? Is that what we're seeing here? Because I think that's what we're seeing here. Wow.
They'll take something out of context and just go off, and you're like, what the heck? Absolutely nuts. And this woman, she was making up all this stuff in her head about her husband in the movie.
Right. You're talking about a movie and you're trying to make that a real world scenario. It was a movie.
And was like going out of her way. She was following him, and she was putting, it was nuts. It was just crazy. And she ended up killing him. And we've heard about women like losing it and killing all their children and stuff like that. I mean, horrible stories that we've seen in the news where that lady, I can't remember her name, where she drove off the bridge into the water and tried to drown, or she did drown all her kids. I don't know, I don't watch the news that much. But have you ever noticed that in yourself, where out of the blue, nothing really happens, but you're so uptight and tense, and everything gets on your last nerve? Oh, trust me, I know you have, and we all have. But does it happen a lot? And because man, it used to happen to me a lot. Not that it was my whole life, but I'd always stop and go, what in the hell is going on? Why am I reacting like this? Why am I acting like this? Why am I talking like this? Or what the heck is going on? And I'll tell you what's going on.
Oh my God. She's not saying hormones, but she is. I have a lot to say about this first, I guess I'll call it a segment, where she's talking about rage and overwhelm, and in my opinion, attempting to trauma bond maybe with her audience, because she opens by telling a story about losing it emotionally, driving recklessly, yelling, crying, unable to cope. And she says she doesn't even remember why she was upset. But then she uses that as a gateway to bring up other extreme examples: a woman in a movie who offed her husband, mothers who have harmed permanently their children, and people in jail who, quote, might just be there because of their hormones. She's going to get to that here in just a second. I paused it a little too early, but let's be very clear. This is not storytelling. This is trauma bonding, in my opinion, and fear mongering disguised as a wellness pitch. Because don't forget, in this, I mean, obviously you can't. She's stirring this MLM powder from Frequence the entire time. We know what's coming. She's framing hormone-related emotions as something that makes women unstable, violent, and dangerous. And then she's going to offer at some point a $50 mushroom drink as the fix. This isn't health coaching. This is manipulation. And also, let's talk about the blatant use of the appeal to fear fallacy. She implies that without her product, you or someone you love could snap and hurt somebody. What? Listen, mental health isn't caused by one thing, and it isn't cured by one supplement. This is so, I don't even know what the word is that I want to use. Let me know in the comments. I was going to say disrespectful or dangerous, but let me know what you guys think. A word to describe what we just heard in this first segment.
Whether you're men or women, it's hormones. Whether you're premenopausal or menopausal or postmenopausal, it's hormones. Hang on a second. And you don't realize it, but your whole body is being controlled by them. And, sometimes it just makes people go off. I mean, you got to wonder how many people are in jail because of their hormones. I'm serious now. I'm laughing, but I'm serious. And, in my past, I can look back and go, oh my God, I'd just like to run away. How can I just, and then like the next day or a good night's sleep, you feel better. Or in a couple days, you feel better. But it could happen again in a few weeks, or something out of the blue just makes you feel nuts, like you just can't handle it. And, I think about since I watched that movie, and how often do we see movies where people just lose their minds? Well, I want to...
They're movies. I'm not saying terrible things don't happen in real life. We know that they do. But to frame this and blur the lines of reality and a movie in order to sell Frequence mushroom juice, which is what she's doing here, somebody needs to come get their mother. Somebody needs to say, hey, this is not okay.
Tell you something real quick. I've been, and yes, I am going to talk about my products, because this is one of the most important things that I have to share with you, besides telling you, yeah, people get crazy, people lose their minds, people get whacked and, go off and kill each other and do all these crazy things. And that kind of stuff hasn't happened to me. I haven't felt that way, that frustration, that anger, that
I'm really glad to hear that you haven't gone out and permanently harmed somebody. Does she not hear herself?
that lack of, control, or the, overreacting or anything like that in a long, long time. And I have to credit this drink. All right, my little happy juice and my dirty duo here. And the reason is, and I'm going to keep talking about it, so, if you don't like it, stop watching my lives and unfollow me, because it really makes a huge difference. Now, the sources are minerals. People without minerals. I was talking to somebody the other day, and her doctor has given her a diagnosis, and I said, are you sure, that that's what's wrong? Because this person is on all these medications. And
I'm sorry. Imagine you selling mushroom juice, as they call it online, from an MLM company, no better than a doctor with the patient's full medical history, probably some lab work, other diagnostic testing in front of you. Imagine thinking you know better than a doctor with all of that in front of them. That's wild. Are you sure that's the diagnosis? Oh, I don't know. I don't even know this woman's name. Did you go to medical school? Better yet, tell me what's actually in those products. Is it a proprietary blend?
Medications will deplete us. And a lot of
Deplete us of what? This is like somebody coming online and talking about balancing hormones. What hormones? How do they operate? How do they function? Tell us the details. Oh, it depletes us. Depletes us of what? Medications deplete us of what? What do you mean?
nasty diseases are caused by mineral deficiency.
Okay, so now you are in research of diseases. Why can I not think of that term? Anyways,
Couldn't be easier. 2 droppers of this a day in, whatever you're drinking. It can be water, because it has no taste. It's alkaline, really alkaline. And
do tell us the scientific studies that drinking anything alkaline does anything at all for your body. I'll wait. Oh, no, there's nothing. There's no scientific evidence that show that drinking alkaline anything does anything. Wow, I'm so shocked.
the minerals, this is probably one of our most important products that we have here, because of the trace minerals, the fulvic minerals here. I love this product. But I also love our Rise, our nootropic. It has the mushrooms, and it has I don't know, do you take mushrooms? Because if you don't understand them, if you haven't researched them or anything. But it's got cordyceps and reishi.
Oh my God. So she's saying that she's researched mushrooms, but has to read from the package. Got it.
And king trumpet and shiitake and lion's mane and turkey tail and chaga in it. And each one of them, if you are like, that's, hocus pocus stuff, go look it up.
Tell us how much of each of those mushrooms are in there. Also, tell us about the potential complications of mixing lion's mane with other medications. With medications, not other medications. Please tell us how that works. Oh, you don't know. Okay, that tracks.
Go look it up. Go to Mr. Google and go check out what those mushrooms can do for you and your mental health, your brain health, you guys, because it's the real deal. And, it also has really cool stuff like vitamin B12 as methylated, and a lot of other really neat stuff, but it also has frequencies in it. So, losing your mind, when we see these people losing it, just losing it, and not able to, they don't know what they're going to do. And a lot of people, I think, are on the streets because they can't handle the mental health, the what's going on, in their lives. And, they want to run away and try and, fix it all. And the thing is that it very well could be, with, the hormones and all of the body chemistry, the lack of proper nutrients. I am such a fiend of nutrition. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you again.
I'm sorry, you're a fiend for nutrition? Really? What are your credentials? I mean, I have no notes. This is so ridiculous. I actually have no notes for that. section right there. We're just going to keep it moving.
This drink has made a difference not only in my life, but in thousands of people's. And you're thinking, what could a little drink do for you? Like I said, go look up how mushrooms can help you. Go look up how frequency, because we have these products, all of them are tuned with 11 harmonic frequencies. It raises your frequency. It changes how you think, how you feel, how your body is, and your mental health, okay?
So now she's a mental health expert. Okay. This is wild. So she listed all those mushrooms, and mushrooms are fascinating. There are studies showing potential cognitive and anti-inflammatory benefits, but those are often in specific concentrated doses under controlled conditions, not in a vague proprietary blend with no ingredient transparency, as we know exists with many MLM companies, including Frequence. What she's selling is not pharmaceutical grade, it's not FDA approved, and it's not a medically tested treatment. However, you know what is evidence-based and made for managing panic and anxiety? Cognitive behavioral therapy, proper sleep, consistent exercise, balanced nutrition, working with a licensed professional that actually knows what they're talking about. That's the work. That's the science, not just chugging a supplement and hoping trauma goes away. What do you mean?
Sucker was, and this is the one that has no green tea extract in it. We've got a couple different kinds, and they taste delicious. You're thinking mushroom juice. It's delicious. This one happens to taste like, which one is this anyway?
Okay, while she's reading that, let's also talk about these frequencies and this woo nonsense, in my opinion. She mentioned that there are 11 harmonic frequencies that this container of mushroom juice has been charged with. It allegedly will change your body's energy. Okay, let's unpack this. The idea that products are infused with frequency is pure pseudoscience. There's no peer-reviewed evidence that harmonic frequencies in a supplement can affect your emotions, your mental health, or your physiology. The only frequency I'm picking up here is the desperation to sound scientific while saying nothing of substance. This is what MLM reps do. No hate to this individual. She's probably just repeating what her upline has told her, or whatever Dave and Barb Pitcock have told them, the owners of this company that used to be in many other MLMs. This is what MLM reps do. They hijack spiritual or quantum sounding language to sell you water and mushroom dust. And in my opinion, it's a scam.
Mango lemonade. I've been drinking, we had one come out last month, the watermelon. Oh my God, it's so good. But, listen, when you can, settle yourself down by something that you're drinking, wouldn't you want to try it? If there's somebody in your household that just loses it all the time.
Therapy. If they're losing it all the time, they need to possibly see somebody about that. Talk to somebody. Talk to a licensed medical professional.
Frustrated, angry, anxious, unhappy, dark moods, just all of the things, that make you, not feel like you can cope. Wouldn't it be worth it to try this? Honestly, I am so passionate about this. Just these, and we call them the dirty duo, the minerals and the ryes, the nootropics, the mushrooms, all of the goodies that are in here. They can make a huge difference in your life. So I want you to try them. I really do. If you are walking around life and you feel like you're just going to lose it and you just can't get a grasp, and you're like me that day where I was, I remember just driving out of the driveway of our farm, just flying as fast as I could. And it was a dirt road. And I can't remember what was so upsetting, but I was so upset. And we don't have to have days like that. We really don't. Because we're making more out of it than we really should. And it's our bodies that are doing it to us. It's our mental health. It's our biological health. It's our hormones. Again, men and women, trust me, if you have a man in your world that just loses it out of nowhere, okay, it's you have to give him this. I swear to you, just get this, try it. Whoever it is in your family, whether it's kids, This has made a huge difference in my son, where he was having trouble at one point in his life. He just couldn't, all of a sudden, couldn't cope anymore. I mean, it was like so weird because he was such a, golly, he used to be on the United States martial arts team. I mean, talk about an all-around kid that was able to do whatever it is that he wanted. He rode motocross, he did, I mean, just a happy kid. And then all of a sudden, he doesn't want to get in his car. He doesn't want to drive over a bridge. What? You don't want to drive over a bridge? Everything, was scary. There was anxiety. There was panic. There was all that kind of stuff. He won't go a day without this. And in fact, he'll use it in his pre-workout. And he absolutely loves it. The other day, he's like, Mom, is there any more? The jar is empty. Yeah, there's never going to not be more. There's always going to be this stuff in the house. Always, always, always.
Yeah, and you know why that is? Because the distributors are always the best customers. Always. So thank you for saying that.
Because we don't want to go without it. So, if you're going through, or someone in your house is going through it, whether they're male or female, young or old, we've got 2-year-olds that are drinking this, okay? And doing better. They're getting reports back from, like their kindergarten teachers or whatever, don't stop giving it to little Joey because he acts so much better when he's drinking it. So
she has said so many other alarming things prior to this, but I feel like when you are talking about a 2-year-old, you're really crossing some ethical lines here. She says that there are 2-year-olds drinking this daily and claims that teachers have noticed improved behavior in kids who are on it. Major ethical line crossed. You should never give proprietary supplements. I don't care if it's an MLM product or a supplement from an established brand that is not an MLM company. You should never give proprietary supplements, especially those containing some of the ingredients that are listed on this, the nootropics and the mushroom extracts, to toddlers without approval from their pediatrician. There are no dosing studies, there's no long-term safety data, and we have no idea what the actual ingredient amounts are because it's a proprietary blend. She's even going to go as far as saying, or she did, that her son wouldn't go a day without it. That's not a health routine. That's dependency framing. That's cult-like language, in my opinion. Also, quick little reminder, children are not test subjects for your upline's compensation plan or the newest product from your multi-level marketing company. Behavioral changes in kids should be assessed by pediatricians, not somebody on a Facebook Live that's using their son as a testimonial. And also, is your son okay with you saying all of this stuff and telling his story about anxiety and being nervous and all of those things? You don't see a problem with sharing that, trying to loop in other parents that their children are having trouble with anxiety or other mental health problems? You think that that's okay? If you do, that's a major problem because that is not okay.
There's a lot to be said about our little dirty duo here, and I just wanted to mention it to you because that got me thinking the other night, and I'm about to end. It got me thinking, after watching the video of this psycho woman, just like, oh my gosh, I can see this. Can anybody see this? Do you talk
in a movie? She's talking about a movie like it's real life.
To your TV during movies? Like, oh my God, this woman she's lost. She needs some of this.
Speaking of being lost, you, my friend, are lost. You have lost the plot. You are saying horrific things, trying to sell a product that doesn't have any peer-reviewed studies that show that the product does anything.
She needs some of this. And it just, if there are just too many moments where you're screaming at the kids or, you want to kick the dog, don't kick the dog. Don't do all these things, all right? Try this instead. But you know what I'm saying? Where you're just so, there's a reason for it. And I want to be able to help you because this.
You are not qualified to help people with any of this
stuff really, really helps. So if you want any information, comment, info, down below, and I will help you. But, when we're talking mental health, and, I also want to mention while I'm talking about it, I have a friend, her name is Robin, her mother in-law is having trouble with, we're not allowed to say medical terms, so she has trouble remembering things. And this has made a huge difference in her mental health. And she's able to finish puzzles and do things that she wasn't able to do as well before. So, even things like that, we don't want to take our mental health for granted, or our hormone health, or anything else that's making us crazy, or we're not feeling ourselves anymore. Stop thinking about, oh my gosh, I don't want to have to pay anything to feel better. Yeah, okay. Then don't.
Oh my God. Okay, first of all, she says her friend's mother-in-law is struggling with something we're not allowed to say, and this supplement that she's talking about helped her complete puzzles and remember things. Clearly, she is talking about something like Alzheimer's or dementia, and it is wildly inappropriate. Dementia is a complex neurodegenerative condition. There's no clinical evidence that this supplement reverses memory loss. What she's doing here is baiting hope. It's disgusting. Dangling unproven claims to sell an unregulated drink to vulnerable families, and she should be ashamed of herself. This is how MLM wellness reps blur the line between mental clarity and a cure. They aren't doctors. She's not a doctor, but they use medical implications to drive sales, and they do it with plausible deniability. We're not saying it treats Alzheimer's, just that someone's puzzle skills improved, or they remembered where they put their keys, or whatever weird example, disgusting example that they decide to throw out. It's extremely manipulative, it's reckless, and it's exactly why these claims need to be held accountable.
Keep, feeling that way. There is a 30-day money back on our products, and I promise you, if they don't, the longer I've been using these products now, it'll be 2 years this November. And I was listening to a Zoom this morning, and I was thinking, every single day, every single solitary day, I feel better than the day before because of this. And y'all know that nutrition will take time to, some people, I felt a difference within the first day, and so did Andrew. But some people don't feel, all that different until like 30 days later, maybe even 60 days later. It's like, so I want to ask you, when...
Guarantee you, her feeling better was from all the vitamin B in the product. Guarantee you.
When you take a vitamin, just a regular multivitamin, do you feel a difference that day? Probably not. But when you take it for a length of time, if you've got any kind of nutritional deficiencies going on, you're going to feel a difference. I promise.
Well, first of all, if you are worried about nutritional deficiencies, you should go see your doctor and have some lab work done so that they can identify if you're deficient in anything. And if you are, they will tell you or prescribe the necessary medication or vitamins, supplements, things of that nature to help you not be deficient in that area. Notice the vague language. If you're deficient in anything, you're going to drink this and feel better. Okay. What if somebody is deficient in iron? Is there iron in that? No. So they're not going to feel better. What if somebody's thyroid is not functioning properly? Drinking that, is that going to make them feel better? Is that going to balance their thyroid hormones? No. Pay attention to the vague claims that they make. She has no idea what she's talking about, and you can tell.
You, if you have anything like that happening, I want you just order it. Just
Don't.
Order it.
No.
If you don't like it, send it back. I'll help you do it. But I promise you, and you're going to love the flavor. Mango lemonade, and I love it. My ice has melted because I left it on my desk too long, but I like it on lots of ice. I'm one of those people. Even my water, I like on lots of ice. So that's what I wanted to say. If you're struggling, with coping, message me. I would really love to help you, because, wow, what I would have given for this stuff in the days where, like that day that I was driving like a maniac down our farm road, like, I just wanted to run away. Excuse me. And where things would just upset me out of no reason at all, for nothing, out of the blue. And, so anyway, I know you all know what I'm talking about. Let me know how I can help.
You can't. Goodbye. Oh my God. Are you serious? Okay, let's just double back really quickly and address the, her choice of the MLM closer, the guilt pitch, and MLM trap, I guess is what I want to call it. When she said, if you don't want to pay to feel better, then keep feeling that way, that whole thing, this is a classic shame-based sales pitch. It tells people that if they're not buying the product, they're choosing to stay broken, that if they're struggling, it's their own fault for not saying yes. This is not empowerment, it's financial guilt tripping. And it's used to trap people into auto ships, into recruiting, into shame fueled consumption, which is what we're seeing here. The entire video builds to that moment, or built to that moment. She trauma bonds, overshares, suggests her product can cure everything from rage to panic to toddler tantrums to memory loss, and then says, you'd be a fool not to try it. Well, I do see a fool in my opinion. Let me not finish that sentence. Anyways, let's break this cycle, guys. If someone in your life is selling products like this using these tactics, please know that you're not alone. MLM reps are trained to exploit emotions, stretch scientific language, and turn personal struggle into profit, just like we saw here today. But your feelings are not a sales funnel. Your mental health is not a business opportunity. If you're overwhelmed, if you're anxious, you're struggling, there's help. Therapy, peer support, medical care, they aren't instant fixes, but they're real. They're backed by evidence, and they don't come with a checkout link or an upline. I'll include some trusted resources in the description below if you've ever been pitched products like this under the guise of mental health or hormone balance. I'd love to hear your story in the comments. Thank you to the individual that sent this to me. I appreciate you so much. If you guys have something that you want me to see, you can submit it through my website, erinbies.com. Make sure to check out my anti-MLM playlist for more deep dives like this. I also have a frequence playlist and many other companies that you can check out. Hit the like button if you're tired of trauma being turned into commission checks, because I know I am. Please, guys, stay skeptical, don't get scammed. And to this person that is weaponizing mental health and the movie not being real, but trying to make it sound like real life, I hope that you have the day you deserve. Thanks for being here, guys. I'll see you on the next one.